Hello everyone, First Alert StormTeam meteorologist Joseph Williams with your Valley News Now evening forecast. And you can see out at Dakota Magic, it is foggy out there. We've been tracking dense fog throughout much of the afternoon and evening commute, leading to some low visibility and hazardous travel conditions. So we'll continue seeing that dense fog, especially in the southern areas, over the next several hours. And I will go over that in a second, but it does mean that if you're traveling, you'll want to give yourself some extra time. But the real story for this upcoming weekend, and I will go over that in a second, is that we have our first alert weather day for Saturday night into Sunday, and that has been extended into Monday too because of the threat of blowing snow and hazardous travel conditions caused by that blowing snow. So thanks for joining us again. First Alert StormTeam meteorologist Joseph Williams with your Valley News Now evening forecast. The time is currently 6:04 p.m. and it's a temperature of 28 degrees outside, so it's just a few degrees below the freezing point. It's a little cool out there, but it is warmer than it was these past couple days when we've seen temperatures in the teens at best throughout that period of time. However, as I mentioned, we do have that first alert weather day for Saturday night into Sunday and Monday morning due to the threat of blowing snow. So let's go over the details. Basically, between Saturday night and Monday morning, we're looking at a blowing snow situation taking place. Why is that? Well, for Sunday, we'll see snow accumulations taking place, starting in eastern North Dakota early Sunday morning, then transitioning into northwest Minnesota on Sunday afternoon. And we'll see that snow lingering in northwest Minnesota up until Sunday night. And all the while, the winds will pick up from the northwest as we head into Sunday afternoon and evening. And it's not until Monday morning that the winds die down. Because of that snow and wind combination, we're looking at some travel impacts across the region. I'm thinking slick roads, some low visibility at times. If you have to travel for Sunday, you're going to want that VNN First Alert Weather app on standby. One other thing we're looking at is those falling temperatures on Sunday. Temperatures will be dropping into the teens for your Sunday morning commute and the single digits by Sunday afternoon and evening, which means any moisture from on the roads, thanks to the fog that we've been seeing throughout Saturday, that's going to freeze over into a sheet of ice, and that's on top of the snow we've already seen. So that is something to consider. All that is thanks to this low pressure system right here. It's one of several low pressure systems that has been pushing into the Rockies thanks to an atmospheric river system that's been streaming moisture into the western U.S. And this low pressure system is crossing into the northern plains as a response to that stream of moisture from the Pacific Ocean. It's dragging some moisture from out west into our region as a result. To the west of this low pressure system is a trough, and that trough is bringing in colder air from Canada into our region as we head into Sunday. So that's why we're looking at that cold settling in and the snow potential for Sunday. Now, as a result of this active weather pattern settling into a region, we have a whole bunch of weather alerts across a region. The gist is, though, we have dense fog for eastern North Dakota and the Southern Valley. That will last until midnight as the fog breaks up across the region during that time. Then we have our winter storm alerts across all of Minnesota and the Red River Valley because of this prolific system pushing into a region. And while South Dakota is not anticipating much snow, the low pressure system is still expected to bring strong wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour in spots, and that's why we have wind advisories down there. So practically all of our region is under some form of weather alert. Let's go over our dense fog alerts first. We have dense fog advisories in effect for practically all of eastern North Dakota and the Red River Valley and Southern Valley that will last until at least midnight. And that's because with this fog rolling through our region during the evening hours, we're looking at visibility up to a quarter mile or less. In fact, we have a visibility about 3 miles at most in Fergus Falls, half a mile in Alexandria, some improved visibility in Fargo, But notice these green patches. They indicate visibility of less than a mile, which means if you are traveling south for this evening, you'll want to give yourself some extra time on the roads to account for that dense fog. We'll continue seeing that dense fog across much of our region well into your Saturday evening commute. It's not until midnight that the fog breaks up across a region, allowing for improved visibility before that snow arrives. Then I mentioned we do have wind advisories in northeast South Dakota until Sunday night because northwesterly winds up to 25 to 35 miles per hour, gusts up to 50 miles per hour. They may blow around any light snow that takes place in northeast South Dakota, leading to patchy low visibility. And on top of that, any unsecured outdoor items will get blown around. Power outages are also possible. And more importantly, most of the Red River Valley and northwest Minnesota are all under a winter storm watch for the same reason. We're looking at strong winds pushing through our region and some blowing snow. The only difference is that unlike with northeast South Dakota, we're expecting a lot more snow accumulation in the Red River Valley and northwest Minnesota. There's also a blizzard warning in effect for Douglas County that will basically a winter storm watch lasts until Monday morning, and the blizzard warning for Douglas County lasts until Monday morning. All these alerts in central and eastern Minnesota, they also last until Sunday night into early Monday morning as that low pressure system brings snow across much of our region. Here's a look at our winter storm watch to go a little bit more detail regarding a winter storm watch. Basically, the Red River Valley could see 1 to 3 inches of snow accumulation and wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. In northwest Minnesota, the winds may be weaker, but we could still see wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour, and more importantly, we could see higher snow totals there. We could see snow totals up to 4 to 7 inches of accumulation. Or put another way, here's a look at our first little forecast to kind of show you what I mean. So let's start the clock at 9 p.m. And you can see by 9 o'clock we have a line of snow crossing into central North Dakota, impacting Minot and Bismarck. That line of snow crosses into the Devil's Lake Basin starting around midnight to 1 a.m. and into the James River Valley by around 3 to 4 a.m. So by around 5 to 6 a.m., all of eastern North Dakota is seeing some light to moderate snowfall taking place. And notice these green wind barbs too. They indicate northwesterly flow, maybe gusting above 30 miles per hour for your Sunday morning commute. So we're looking at decreasing visibility across eastern North Dakota for your Sunday morning commute. By around 7 to 8 o'clock, the swath of snow is crossing into the Red River Valley. So I think in Fargo, we'll really see that snow starting to come down around 7 to 8 o'clock, and we'll see that snow lingering in the Fargo-Moorhead area at least until midday, at least with the heaviest snow, at least lingering until midday when it moves east of our region. Thereafter, that swath of snow will transition into northwest Minnesota. Notice these darker blues. That's where we'll see the moderate snowfall taking place at northwest Minnesota late Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon. And thereafter, that swath of snow just kind of sits on top of western Minnesota throughout Sunday afternoon and evening, with even some light snowflakes and snow showers still taking place in the Red River Valley and parts of southeast North Dakota for Sunday afternoon and evening. So just to recap, while the bulk of the snow will be out of eastern North Dakota will still see some snowflakes taking place, and meanwhile, northwest Minnesota will get pounded by this light to moderate snowfall up until Sunday night when the swath of snow begins breaking up and moving southeast of our region. So by midnight, any leftover snowflakes are out of our region altogether. And thereafter, we're expecting that cloud cover to break up, leading to partly sunny skies for your Monday morning commute. How much snow could we see from this system? Well, I'm thinking about 1 to 2 inches of snow in eastern North Dakota, about 2 to 4 in the Red River Valley, at least 3 to 6 inches in northwest Minnesota, and in Douglas County, we could see areas of 6+ inches of accumulation. Some models, though, want to suggest a little more than 6 inches of accumulation in northwest Minnesota, too. So at the bare minimum, much of our region is going to see a few inches of snow accumulation. In northwest Minnesota, we could see a little over 6 inches of accumulation in some locations, depending on how long that snow sticks around. in more exact numbers, looking at specific locations, eastern North Dakota on average is not expecting much snow. Jamestown and Valley City are looking at about 1 to 2 inches of accumulation. Devils Lake, 1 to 2 inches. Grand Forks and Fargo, meanwhile, may see 2 to 4 inches. So the further east you go, the more snow you're looking at. And in Minnesota, same kind of deal. The Fargo-Moorhead area on average about 2 to 4 inches of snow versus 3 to 5 in Mahnomen and 3 to 6 in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. So just to recap, the heaviest snow will be in much of northern and western Minnesota, where the lightest snow accumulations will be in eastern North Dakota. Or put another way, the further east you go, the more snow you end up seeing. But the point is, all of our region will see some snow accumulations. And that's important because around the same time we see that snow moving through, we'll see the winds picking up from the northwest. So starting the clock at 9 p.m. again, we're looking at a standard breeze across our region. But notice that by midnight, gusts may get into the 25 to 30 mile per hour range in Jamestown and Ellendale. So we will see the winds picking up out in eastern North Dakota at first. By around 6 to 7 a.m., all of eastern North Dakota and the Southern Valley are seeing gusts above 30 miles per hour, as indicated by this swath of orange covering our region. And we'll see those wind gusts sticking around well into your Sunday afternoon commute, staying above 30 miles per hour. In fact, by around 6 to 7 p.m., we could see the winds climbing even higher still. I'm thinking by around 6 to 7 p.m. we could see a gust up to 43 miles per hour in Grand Forks, 47 in Alexandria, 43 in Wahpeton. So basically, if you're in the Southern Valley and Lakes country, we'll see wind gusts above 40 miles per hour by around 6 to 7 o'clock. Whereas the rest of our region will still see wind gusts in the 30 to 35 mile per hour range. So all of our region will see strong wind gusts throughout the afternoon and evening hours. In fact, it's not until early Monday morning that the winds end up dying down. I'm thinking after 6 a.m., gusts will start dropping below 30 miles per hour across our entire region. So we'll continue seeing that threat of blowing snow, which starts occurring with gusts above 30 miles per hour up until your mid-Monday morning commute. And that's why we went ahead and extended our first alert weather day into Monday morning. Put another way, in Fargo, strongest wind gusts will start happening around midnight when we see a gust up to 44 miles per hour in Fargo, just as an example. And meanwhile in Jamestown, peak wind gusts are likely to occur during the evening hours, but drop back down into the 30 mile per hour range during the overnight hours. So again, for eastern North Dakota, the strongest winds will be on Sunday evening. In the Red River Valley in northwest Minnesota, the strongest winds occur during the late evening and overnight hours. All that will lead to some blowing snow across the region. So expect a blowing snow situation between Saturday night and Monday morning as we see that snow accumulation and the strong wind pattern continuing. Unfortunately, on top of the strong blowing snow situation, the strong northwesterly flow will drag Arctic air from Canada and the North Pole down into our region. And so for Sunday morning, we're looking at lows in the single digits to low teens, with wind chills in the single digits to teens below zero. So Monday morning will be frigid and it gets colder still. Temperatures will continue dropping throughout the day, so that by Sunday afternoon, we're looking at single digit temperatures across our entire region with wind chills in the teens below zero. I'm thinking 7 for the afternoon temperature and 15 below for the wind chill in the Fargo-Moorhead area versus 1 and 23 below for Langdon and 3 and 19 below for Devils Lake. Monday morning will be colder still. Again, we're still dealing with strong northwesterly flow even to your Monday morning commute. And that means with air temperatures being in the sub-zero range, being in the single digits below zero, you can imagine that the wind chills will be much lower still. Like 2 below and 24 below for Fargo versus 3 below and 24 below for Grand Forks. Now Monday afternoon, we will see temperatures climbing back into the single digits above zero, But because of how cold the air temperature will be, even with a light breeze pushing through, that still leads to sub-zero to teens below zero for wind chills. In other words, Sunday and Monday are going to be bitterly cold. So on top of having to account for the blowing snow, you're going to want to layer up, wear a few layers to protect yourself from the cold once again. Luckily, though, by Tuesday morning, that Arctic air mass is moving east of our region, and so temperatures will start climbing. We'll likely see temperatures in the teens by late Tuesday morning, and in the 20s, low 30s by Tuesday afternoon. And thereafter, after dealing with a busy weekend, we do have yet another first alert weather day. I've went ahead and declared a first alert weather day for New Year's Eve. We've gone ahead and declared a first alert weather day for New Year's Eve because weather team believes that we will see some snow accumulations on that day, which could lead to some travel impacts. So let's go a little bit more in depth. There are uncertainties on the exact track and amounts with our New Year's Eve system because it is several days away, but the models generally agree that light to moderate snow accumulation is possible on New Year's Eve, and that could lead to some travel impacts, mainly with some slick roads. And let me show you what I mean. Let's give you a brief sneak peek of New Year's Eve with our first alert forecast here. Now I'm starting the clock at midnight heading into Tuesday morning because we will see some snow on Tuesday morning too, which could lead to some travel impacts on Tuesday. And let me show you what I mean. Here's a look at Tuesday morning snow. We'll see some light snow showers and wintry mix in the Red River Valley in northwest Minnesota heading into your Tuesday morning and early afternoon commute. By late afternoon into Tuesday evening, though, we are drying out. We're just dealing with cloudy skies. But the bulk of the moisture, and this is why we have our first alert weather day, doesn't start coming through until Wednesday morning. The bulk of the moisture comes in Wednesday morning into late Wednesday afternoon, and it's not until Wednesday evening that we get a break from the snow as it moves east of our region. And thereafter, we're left with a mix of clouds for your Thursday morning commute. So New Year's Eve, looking very active. And looking at our model comparison here, the American model on the right suggests less snow than the European model on the left, but both models suggest that our entire region will see some form of snow accumulation between Tuesday and New Year's Eve. So again, if you're traveling between Tuesday and especially on New Year's Eve, you may want the VNN weather app on standby as per first alert tracking some more snow during that time. So let's recap our entire forecast over the next few days. For the last few days of 2025, we are looking at our first alert weather day for Sunday into Monday morning due to the threat of blowing snow, slick roads, low visibility, as well as those falling temperatures, which could cause some icing on the roads due to a flash freeze from those temperatures dropping below freezing. Then as we head into Tuesday, we're looking at a few more snow showers. Then another first alert weather day due to some more snow accumulations expected on that day. So if you have any plans, you're going to want to account for the snow. Keep the VNN weather app handy as we head into the last few days of 2025. Then on New Year's Day itself, we're taking a break from the snow. Some more sunshine on Friday. Then we may see another chance of snow for the first weekend of January and 2026. And we'll keep an eye on this upcoming weekend. As for temperatures, well, we've already talked about our Arctic air mass on Sunday and Monday. We warm up briefly on Tuesday, but then we get another round of Arctic air for the first few days of January, and it's not until after the first weekend of January that temperatures trend back into the teens. So we're going to be on the cold side as we start the new year. And just to wrap up the forecast one more time, again, we have our 3 first alert weather days for Sunday into Monday morning, and then for Wednesday due to the threat of snow accumulations and strong winds. So keep the VNN weather app on standby if you're traveling for all 3 of those days. On Tuesday, a few more snow showers are anticipated too. But luckily on New Year's Day, we get a break from the active weather pattern. We're looking at a mostly sunny sky, but Arctic air will mean sub-zero lows and single-digit highs for Thursday and Friday. And then for the first weekend of January, we are going to keep an eye on any more snow chances popping up. But notice that as we head into the first full work week of January, temperatures will be back in the teens. Now I'm going to get off of here, but I have been giving periodic weather updates on the VNL First Alert Weather app. You may have also noticed that we didn't have a 6 o'clock. We had some technical difficulties, but we will be back on for Valley News Live at 9 and 10. So be sure to tune in to watch to get the latest details on our upcoming First Alert Weather Day makers that are coming these next few days. And again, I will be on for Valley News Live at 9 and 10, and I'll also be on for tomorrow as well if you're not able to watch tonight. So I'm going to get off of here like I mentioned. Be safe out there. Be safe if you are traveling for this weekend and next week.